was, and what happened was my position shift, and I said, "Oh, okay. If I did not become a doctor, can I get a PhD?" You know, didn't happen that either. Ended up in my high school loving snakes and insects and Drosophila and C. elegans, and I became a high school educator. But what that brought into me was my true realization of who I really am. I was always trying to struggle to find myself. And then when I realized, and when I was pushed into this community of being a high school teacher in 2017, that is what my true passion came out. And I said, oh, nope, I'm not meant to be a doctor, or, a PhD is going to happen when it's going to happen. But I understood that I am here to impact the community of high school kids and middle school kids and show them their passion. So I'm going to show you this picture really quick. And I want to point out to you, this is a little bit of outdated data, but if you look at this data, this is a data of high school graduation rates of students from every single state in the US. I see a very obvious problem. And if I ask you what the problem is, you're going to say, oh, Arizona and New Mexico has only 75 and 78% success rate in graduation in high schools, but all the others are more. For me, that is not a problem. The problem is this. Every single high school student, and this is CUSD, that's the Chandler Unified School District graduation requirements, they require 22 credits for you guys to graduate out, right? This is what happens. That's my son. Frustrated beyond belief. He is not a typical student. Look at this particular lady. I took a picture of that when I was in my other school, and school is sometimes exhausting because the requirements are that you have to thrive. But when we asked college professors, 2 years and 4 years college professors, if you look at this, and asked, how are these kids who are graduating with amazing grades and are doing great in SATs and ACTs and are doing phenomenal in their volunteering, they are multiple club members and, sports and extracurricular, how are they ready for college? This is what the professors had to say in conducting research. 2-year college professors said they're only 4% ready. Out of the 70+% graduation rates that you see, that is how much kids are conducting research. 4 and 8%, this is how kids are ready for critical thinking capabilities. Look at this, 7 to 13% are proficient in writing. What about communication? What about math? Where is this gap? Why are we not addressing these facts? And we are actually looking at completing credits, getting A's, good GPAs, and you're done, right? So look at that. These are real figures, which we should be really worried about. So that's where I come in. That's where I talk about United Nations and SDG goals, where SDG 4 tells us that we have to ensure inclusive and equitable quality education and promote lifelong learning for all. Are we truly doing lifelong learning for these students who are lacking in critical skills that needs them to be successful in their next phase of life? So there is also something called ISO 26000. Every single individual has a social responsibility. Neil, Zeta, and Ila are doing their social responsibility through this platform where they are introducing HerCatalyst. It's a way that they are giving back to the community. How do you guys give back to the community? What is your social responsibility? It's not about us, and no matter how small you are or how young you are, all of you have a social responsibility to give back, right? And that is what United Nations tells us. Neil, Zeta, and Ila are doing it through this platform. How are you guys doing it? That's what my question is. I'll tell you how I am doing it. So through all of these years of working, my social responsibility was to make students understand that they are doing critical research and problem solving. So in 2019, when I was nominated for the Presidential Award, I had to come up with the name of a program that I was doing through which students were learning how to do projects and how to flourish with all different kinds of problem solving, critical thinking issues, including grant writing, including applying for patents. And I called it Triple. So that stands for me understanding that I need to dream. Every single one of you need to dream. As we are dreaming, we need to not just dream, but understand what is you that you are dreaming about and what has already been done in that particular field, which brings research into the mix. Once you research and you do your background research and your patent research, you need to innovate. And please understand that we need to make sure that our students' time is well managed. They cannot randomly do anything and everything, but they only have those 4 years in their life to apply for college. Actually, 3 years, because what you do in your senior year outside of application truly doesn't apply to all colleges, unless, of course, you are looking at very specific colleges where you require the grades for the senior year. By the time you are half year done in the semester, you already know where you're going to. So I would say 3.5 is the major things that you apply for with your GPA. So it's critical that students understand how to stand out. So these three students, one of them is in Johns Hopkins, two of them is in U of A, and this is one of the projects that actually have gone to International Science and Engineering Fair and have won. Since then, we have had multiple projects like this, and they also have a patent pending on that. We have students who have applied for grants, and they have actually ended up creating Wi-Fi signal devices to amplify Wi-Fi signals in dead zones. There are students who all of these students are all graduated now. These were 2022 batch. This group actually has a provisional patent or patent pending on a device or a small air freshener that has no volatile organic compounds. They're VOC free, and Porsche is contracting with them to have it in their cars. This group of kids, they have worked on, again, they also have an LLC, they also have patent. They also actually were given a patent by USPTO. They are not patent pending anymore. They actually have patents, and these kids are all over the world. One of them is in Canada, one of them have graduated out. And here they are presenting in front of the board of directors at the Chandler Chamber of Commerce. So this group of kids, they worked on a recycling device that helps indicate which is actually truly recyclable in the school cafeteria and what is not. And the list goes on. These kids, one of them is in Vanderbilt, one of them is graduating out as a Berkeley and ASU. They figured out a way to dissolve styrofoam using mealworms. These are other students who have also been awarded International Science and Engineering Fair Awards with $60,000 scholarships and more. And we have more, right? So if you do not like research, hey, there are many other things that you can do. You can actually publish a book. We have 3 international best-selling book publishings to the publication house that we contract with. This is a group of students who ended up going to the Houston, and then this individual here who is on his knees, sitting down, he's a NASA scientist. So understanding what these students have been doing, he came out and said, Rachna, I want to give you guys a seed grant of $5,000, and I will work with your students once a month through Zoom to help them create projects. A couple of these kids are in Stanford, a couple of them are in Embry-Riddle, they're all over. And these are people who actually are very passionate about space science. So this is where they are Zooming. So you see the same professor, and they are Zooming in as we are going through this. So this was my SEDS club, as we called it, and they actually ended up learning a lot through the professor's interface. So Limitless Space Institute is the organization that he was partnering with, And as part of our ACP high school, there was a collaboration that we were able to create. Outside of that, there is, of course, projects that this is a project with Martian regolith. So regolith is a simulant. Excuse me. And we were looking at growing food in these Martian regoliths and seeing what kind of conditions would be needed to grow food in space. So outside of that, students, once they have gone through this program of mine, all of this last 4 years, they have done amazing things. They have been to ISEF. These pictures are, some of you might already know, you have a lot of ACP kids here. They have actually gone to International Science and Engineering Fair, and each of them, last year, 5 of them went. I'm expecting another 5 or 6 this year from the amazing projects that kids have done. And they have ended up winning over $60,000 scholarships along with other awards. We also do a lot of camps. Camps are a very integral part of doing things outside of what your comfort zone is. Now, when we are looking at how much comfortable are we? I would say that if you are a biomedical engineer, do not concentrate only on biomedical engineering camps or, hey, I want to be a doctor, I'm just going to do medical camps. You guys, at this point, students needs to be all-rounders and with an emphasis of indicating what you truly like to do and how you are giving it back to the world. So either it be a cybersecurity camp, either it be a biotechnology camp, either it be a robotics camp. Life is such that at this point, everybody needs to know a little bit of everything and show where they are masters at. Another thing that we started was a journal where as these students are doing all of this science research, if they do not apply for a patent, they can get published. If they apply for a patent, they can also get published. This is a journal that we have that we started as a collaboration and it was forwarded by MIT. And students apply to be published here. And then this is a 3-step reviewing process. And once they get accepted, they get published. So again, we work all over. I almost work all over the world. And so these are some of the patent pendings that are there through this event. And then this is one of the devices that actually got the patent already awarded. Most of these are already graduated students where we have talked about the hydrothermal sensing device where in Arizona heat and in other conditions, when they go out, the app that comes with the app, with this hat, alerts the individual of heat stress and heat stroke. So community grants students, these are students who have actually written over 100, now this number has grown actually over $160,000 grants money that they have gotten through community grants. These students have actually gotten over $13 million in scholarship money. But as we are doing this, as I am giving back to the community the way I feel, do you think that this is going to shift? As these kids are growing up with mindset of, oh, I need to do more than just curriculum. I need to do more than just get a good GPA, get a good SAT, ACT score. Do you think, I'm talking to every single one of you who is listening, do you think this is going to shift? Do you think this orange area where 53% or 58% says less than half of these people are conducting research, I can see a change in these numbers. And I feel, and I hope that you guys feel the same way, that through your contributions, through what you are seeing, the platform that you are here today as HerCatalyst, these 3 kids are helping it shift. Because as they have been working with me all this time to host this event, just that problem-solving skill, they have learned a lot. They have conducted research. They have been critically thinking. So see, things doesn't have to be just research oriented. The actions that you put forward, that helps create a unique condition where every single one of them are learning through their experience, and that helps them with not just problem solving, critical thinking, and conducting research, but also helps them in their communication skills, in their science skills, in their math skills, because everything is transdisciplinary. Nothing nowadays is just biology, physics, chemistry, math. Everything is integrated. And the more sooner parents understand this, the more sooner these kids understand this, there'll be a huge shift in this particular graph. So, coming back, circling back to the same question, if every single one of you do your social ISO 26000 and give your social responsibility, I am very sure that being a United Nations member and being a co-chair of the Educator Affinity Group, I think this is something that we can achieve in the next 4 to 5 years, where the target is 2030. And we want everybody to have equitable, inclusive education that promotes lifelong learning opportunities for all. That lifelong learning component is very, very important, where you do not hesitate to fail, you do not hesitate to make a mistake, but continue in your journey by every step of the way, where you're reinforcing your failures to successes and learning from every step. So that is all. That's all I have for you guys. So I'll stop sharing now. If you guys have any questions, I'm happy to answer. Is there anything in the chat? Okay, I think I am done. I was done 9 minutes early, but I think that's good. Thank you so much for listening.
Thank you, Ms. Nath.
Thank you. Okay, thank you, Ms. Nath, for that presentation. Now that we've had our keynote speaker, we are going to be moving on to our session speakers, which will be in the Zoom links that are provided. And that will start at 9:50.
Yeah, we did end a little early, so since we have some time here, if anyone wants to, we can get to know each other if anyone wants to introduce themselves. Have a couple icebreakers, could do something like that. We have a couple minutes, so.
We'll hear Mr. Raja Krishnan, Sarah. So they have been part of my journey in what I have been doing. So do you guys want to introduce yourself quickly? Okay, that's fine. Let's move on to the other link then, right? Cool. Thank you, guys.
Oh, sorry. Sarah had said, give me a moment. We can give her
Oh,
a moment before
okay.
we move on to the next links. And
Sure.
everyone was assigned a link for the speaker sessions. So just please check your email to determine which link you need to go to next.
Until then, if anyone else who's joining us, because, oh, go ahead.
Hi, Sarah. Sorry for calling on you like this, but
Oh, no worries. I am trying to find the most professional setting. Sorry, I wasn't too prepared to. My kid was running around yelling, so that's why I was like, "Oh no, hold on, give me a second." Hi, I'm Sarah. I have been working with Rachna, like she said, for a bit here, and I'm really excited to come on board with Dribble as an instructional specialist and help out with some other things as well. And I know that the group of students who are here are fantastic and amazing and innovative, and I'm so excited to see what they're going to talk about, and what we're going to hear about today and what they're going to come up with for the future. So it's just going to be awesome.
So Sarah is a very, so she's, what can I say about her? She is phenomenal. I have been working with her since 2001. So 2021, I think. So she is also part of the MIT, Lemelson MIT team that I work with. Amazing curriculum developer. Last few years, we have been working with Biogen and the California Railroad Museum to develop curriculums for K-12 kids who where MIT provides them for free, and it's paid through the different the third-party organizations that we have. So I'm very happy to have you, Sarah, with me. Yeah.
Same. I'm really happy to be here.
Thank you. Thank you.
And then we do have a couple people, if any of the attendees want to introduce themselves, may just tell us like where you're from, how old you are, anything goes. I mean, the goal here is really to connect with other people and just learn more about like each other. So if anyone wants to go ahead and participate, we won't force you to turn on your camera in this talk, but is anyone else?
My name is Ada. I'm a sixth grader in Arizona at Knox Gifted Academy in Chandler.
What made you come here today?
So in Knox, I've really been interested in expanding on like how I can do STEM and like really focusing on the different opportunities there are. And at Knox, I've been doing Vex robotics. And yeah, I've really enjoyed that. So I've been trying to expand on that.
Hi, I'm Akshaya. I'm a ninth grader at Basis Awatuki. I'm sorry, I can't hear you.
Oh, can you not hear me?
Now I can.
Oh, good. Basis Awatuki, so you're a ninth grader, but you're going to 10th grade?
Mm-hmm. Next
Okay. Okay. So what makes you, why did you choose to come here on a Sunday morning?
year. So I have this research question I'd like to pursue, but I don't really know how to, or like I don't know the proper methods to pursue it. And I came here to just learn how other people are doing so and get some tips from the experts, you know.
Reach out to Ila, Zeta, and Neil, and then they should be able to connect you with people who are experts in this. So can you tell me a little bit more on what your idea is about? Is it an engineering project? Is it a science project?
Um, it's more of a science project,
Okay. Yeah.
more
Great.
like the neuroscience area.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. Just reach out to them and they'll be able to connect you with people who will be able to help you with it.
Mhm.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a great idea. And also, after our speakers talk, they'll have a Q&A, and you can also ask them any questions, and I think they'll have valuable insights as well.
Do we have anyone else?
My name is Ida, and I'm a seventh grader at Arizona College Prep.
Middle school?
Yeah,
Okay. What do you like to do, Ida?
honestly, at this point, I don't have like exactly like a certain field that I like that much, but I'm interested in STEM, so I just decided.
Happen to be related to someone in here?
Maybe.
No, good, good. Now, I think elder sisters, brothers, community members, they are big idols, big people who you really look up to. And, you know, these kids that I have, they're phenomenal. So yes, they should take you to the next step. Anyway, I think we are almost done. Can we move on to the other one? Or Camille, I haven't heard about from Camille.
So sorry, my daughter stepped away,
Oh.
and so she'll introduce herself if she has a chance when she gets back. Sorry.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Can I hear from you a little bit? Yeah,
I was working with my 7-year-old on a science fair experiment, so
I
what was
see.
anything, just hearing in the background. But thank you so
Okay.
much.
No worries. No worries.
Okay, I think that is mostly everyone, so we can go ahead and move to the next Zoom
Sure.
link, and everyone should be, since we have different assigned speakers, just go to your email, and the next Zoom link you'll see for session speaker 1 will be the Zoom link that you will be joining, and then we'll go ahead and let everyone in.
Zoom link in the chat as well.
Since there are two, well, you can just
Okay.
go to your email to find the correct one.
Awesome.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Just one a bit.